Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS colors, and right now we'll be discussing about the CSS border color. You can set the color of borders, so I'm going to show you how it works quickly. As you can see, this one is having yellow word with round border of red, and this one is having yellow word with round border of blue, and this one is also having red border, yellow word with round border of violet. So let me show you how this works quickly in our document. As you can see, we are still on our playlist on CSS color playlist, so you can be able to follow along. You can check our tutorial, you can check our playlist on the channel. So right here now, in our previous tutorial where we started talking about this CSS of a thing, we have discussed about the declaration part, with the selector part and the declaration part. This is the selector part and this is the declaration part, and inside this declaration we can have multiple declarations. Now let us specify multiple declarations inside this our declaration part right here. So to specify multiple declaration, you have to close this first declaration with semicolon. After that semicolon, then you can write anything you want to write. You can give it space, you may not give it anyhow you want it, but you must specify this semicolon behind your first declaration. Then after that, you can specify another declaration again. If you finish that one also, if you want to add more declaration, you have to add semicolon at the end of the declaration, so you can be able to add another one. So that's how it works. Now let's add border declaration. Now we want to declare border. Now when we declare border, let's reload our document. Can you see nothing reflects here yet, right? Now let's get back to our border. You have to use your colon. After the colon, you have to use, after the colon is where you are, after that is when you are now going to specify your border. Now let's specify solid border. Now let's save our document and see what we got. Can you see now our border is having green border all around it. Now let's specify another border type in the second one right here. Let's specify another border type. Now let's specify mix. Let's specify mix, or I think we can have different kind of border. Mix. No. D, where is D? So we can have different kind of borders. I think we can have dash border. Yes, dash border. Let's save this document and see the kind of dash border we can have. Can you see the way dash border looks? And you can specify different kind of border if you want. So, and as you can see, we are using color and we are using border. So if you don't, let's now say for instance now you don't want to use the color and the dash together in this manner. You want to make this thing short, then you can delete all these things. When you delete all these things, you can now specify border like this. When you specify border like this, you can now say this one, let's check the color. The color is blue, right? Now yes, let's say border. We need border of what? Border of solid. Let's save our document. Maybe you will see border there. Can you see we having border of solid already? Can you see the border we have here? Because we have specified color property, because we have specified something. Let's check our document very well. As you can see inside right here, we are having solid border right here, but now the color by default is having the dark, right? Now let's specify another thing so you can understand let's change the color. We cannot change the color to let's change the color to blue. When we change the color, now you are going to see different color. Can you see the color change to blue? As you can see, by default the default color of the border is what? Is black. Can you see? Is black, as you can see. But now let's change the color. Now when you specify this blue, then we are having blue color. Let's reload. Can you see we are having blue color, background color of red, background color red. This one is not background color of red again. So now again, you can now specify another thing. Because we are talking about color right now, that's why I specify it in two ways. You can use it in this manner where you have your color and you give it border. You understand? This color you define right here is that you are changing the color of the border by default, because by default border is having its own color, which is solid, which is black color. But now we are giving it red color, and right here also we are giving it green color. Let's change this one to gray so you can understand what I'm talking about. Gray color. The first one we turn to gray. Can you see the color are turned to gray, and even the border, even the text also change to gray. But if it's only the border we want to target, definitely we have to remove this. just to target border only, definitely inside this border is where you are going to select color. Let's turn it to gray. Let's turn the border to gray. Now let's reload our document. Can you see? Because it's the border we are trying to target. As you can see now, only the border is having color. Right here, don't you forget, this is one declaration on its own. All this border, from this border reach all this ends, is one declaration on its own, and you can close it if you want, and you may leave it in that manner if you want. So it depends on what you want. So I'll leave it in this manner, so our document can look reasonable. As you can see, it's looking nice. There's no any problem with our document now. Let's say for instance now, this one right here, you want to give it border. This one right, this text right here, the p text, let's change the color. Or this yellow gray, let's change the color first. Let's change this one border. Let's give it a border and give it color. Let's give it the kind of color border we want. Let's give it solid again. Let's give it color. We don't need color again because we have specified color right here, right? But the color, definitely, because we have specified color right here, the color will work with the border and it will work with the text inside the border. All this text right here is going to have this same color along with the border also. But to change the color, to make sure that the border is the only one that is having the color, definitely inside here you are going to specify another color. You are not going to write color like this again inside here. You are just going to write the type of color you want. You can say red or you can say green. So let's reload our document now so you can see what I'm talking about. Now can you see now our document right here, background color is red, as you can see, because we specify red color right here. That's why. But let's say for instance now we remove sorry, the border is now red. Let's say right now we remove the border, the color that we specify here, and we reload our document. Can you see all of it is the one that is having now, that is now having the color, which is now inheriting the color that is inside this our text. The color we specify inside our text is the one it's inheriting. So just to cut the story short, let's delete all this so I can show you how this works in deep details. H1, H2, H3, H4. Now this H1, H2, H3, H4, and we have p tag inside here. Now let's specify color. When we specify color, let's specify border. Let's specify border. When you specify border, let's save our document and reload so you can see what will happen. Can you see when we reload our document, we don't have any border there right now. So on else you have to specify something. You have to specify the type of border you want. Now we want solid, border of solid. Now let's reload our document. By default, it's having this black borders. Everything is having black borders. So now let's say we want to change the color of this border. Now we can say red. When we say red, it will change to red. Can you see it's all changed to red? Let's say again, when we say green, it's all going to change to green. So it will not affect the text inside the border, so it will only affect the border. So now let's say for instance now you now want to specify another color for your text itself. You can now use the color property which we specified earlier. You can now say this one can have red. So the color, definitely that one will work with the color inside the text, inside the border. As you can see, this is our color and our border is having its own color. So definitely, what have we learned so far? We have learned that the border itself stands alone along with default color. This solid is having default color. Let's say we use mixed or anything, or dashed, or sorry, dashed instead of mixed. Dashed, I want to talk about dashed. Let's say we use dash now, another border property. Let's reload. Can you see it's having this color of green? If we don't specify this color of green, it will have default color, which is black. That is the border color we are here talking about. So I want you guys to practice this, because practice make perfect. If you don't do this, nobody will do that for you. Can you see when you specify another color, this color property is the one that works with our text inside this our border. So I want you guys to practice this, because practice make perfect. And what akorede ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time in our next tutorial. Have a great day. Thank you so much.